Hello Libra, this is Seth and you're watching Rodriguez Mystic, and this is your tarot forecast for the month of October 2017, and we're going to be looking at general themes to be aware of for the month ahead. And I'm using the Aquarian Tarot deck, and I'm going to be working with two oracle decks, the Earth Magic deck by Stephen D. Farmer and the Keepers of the Light by Kyle Gray. So I'm just going to shuffle the cards now for you. So this is the month of October 2017, and this is for Libra. Okay Libra, so the central message, the central theme for October 2017, the biggest lesson to be aware of, we've got here the Nine of Swords. The Nine of Swords is about feeling stress and anxiety, feeling very troubled by something. It can be talking about facing our fears. The image here is somebody who's losing sleep at night because they're very stressed and worried about something. Now, this all sounds a bit doom and gloom, but the positive message from the Nine of Swords is that often it talks about when we're making an issue bigger in our heads than it is in reality. So it feels like it's talking about facing our fears this month. Think about anything that is stressing us out and address those things. Address the fears and anxieties that we have as a way of helping us to move forward. This is the central message for the month of October. I'll probably go back to that as I work my way through the cards. So the beginning of the month of October, which kind of ties into the Nine of Swords quite well, we've got the Devil to begin with at the beginning of the month of October. Now the Devil is about feeling imprisoned or chained or controlled by someone or something. So again, it's very much about being controlled by fear, which is what the Nine of Swords can also be about. Being ruled by fears and anxieties. The Devil card here very much feels like it's continuing on with this theme of facing our fears. It really feels like you're being encouraged to break out of that harmful cycle. And there are many ways that you can do this. There are many ways that we can break out of fear, break away from our fears and anxieties. Obviously, for some of us, it can take a lot of work. For others, we may be able to get over them more easily than others. But the work itself, for many of us that can help, is through regular meditation, writing down a list of everything that we have a fear about, writing down our fears, verbalizing our fears so that we can face them. And in my other videos where I talk a lot about practical magic, I talk about issues like this. I talk about using magic to deal with moving on from harmful patterns, and I will probably make some more videos about that in the future. But the lesson for the beginning of the month of October is to really break away from your fears and step out of your comfort zone. And the positive message with the Devil card as well is that it's acknowledging something that's controlling us, and that is the first step in breaking away. Once we acknowledge there is a problem, once we acknowledge that we're controlled by something and we don't like it, just by acknowledging that, we've taken the first step to walking away from it. Like, for example, if we acknowledge an addiction that we have, or any kind of addictive behavior, if we acknowledge that, then we can move on from it. So this is a very important first part of the month here for October. Now, a really lovely contrast to all of this, going into mid-October, we've got the Three of Cups, which I like to refer to often as the party card. This is about getting out there and socializing and surrounding yourself with friends and loved ones, having a good time, being light-hearted. And it really feels like this is a good antidote to these fears. You may have been a bit of a recluse lately, so it's good to get out there, challenge your fears, go out and do something out of your comfort zone, go and spend time with friends and family members and loved ones of any kind. But this really feels like love and support that will be with you to get through this process of distancing yourself and breaking yourself away from your fears and anxieties. And continuing on with this very positive feel, the end of the month of October, we've got the Queen of Cups. This is a loving, compassionate, motherly figure. This is again referring to the love and support that you will have around you to deal with addressing these fears. And it can also be talking about you yourself being loving and compassionate towards yourself. So it's about self-love and self-care. It's talking here about being kind and compassionate to yourself. Don't beat yourself up about these fears and anxieties. If you do have any addictions to anything unhealthy or harmful for you, be compassionate with yourself. Don't give yourself a hard time over it. Take care of yourself. So this is all about the love and support that will be around you. And then the tips and hints card that we've got here for you is the Hierophant card. The Hierophant is a priestly figure who has a lot of obligations and roles and has a lot of responsibilities to uphold. It's about upholding family values or upholding a tradition, upholding the laws and rules and regulations of a big corporation that we may work for. Any situation in our life where we have to put a group of people or a body of rules and regulations, we have to put it before ourselves. This is something to consider here. I feel like this is talking about any fears that we may have relating to the responsibilities that we have in life. This is about owning those fears. The priest is somebody who is very disciplined. The Hierophant. It's about having that discipline to deal with these fears and anxieties that we've got here. But I would also say that this card can also be talking about looking to a group of people for support. If you think about the role that religion plays for many people in life, it's about community, and it's about spending time with a group of people, whether it's your church, your synagogue, your mosque, your temple, whatever, or your coven in my case. This is talking about going to them for support. Reach out to your community, and if this is talking about, if for you do feel this devil card here is talking about any addictions that you may be struggling with or fears that you have, this can be referring to a support group, just as the Three of Cups is. The Three of Cups is the social aspect of this support group. The Hierophant here is the more serious notion of this support group. So this could be a church. It could be going to it could be an AA meeting. It's going to a group of people for support. So we've got those that's the message we've got here from the tarot. It really feels like it's encouraging you to heal yourself from things which are harming you in some way, whether it's addictions, fears and anxieties. There's a really clear message here for me about breaking away from that and making use of what's around you, your communities, your spiritual communities, your social groups, your friends, your loved ones and family, and having that self-love and compassion for yourself. Self-love for yourself, you know what I mean. And then from the oracle cards, from the Keepers of the Light, we've got Master Jesus. And the key phrase for this card is forgiveness. The key word is forgiveness. And it says, you are on the path of light, love and forgiveness. Father, healing is possible at this time. It very much feels to me there's a very strong message in this reading for October, for all of you Librans out there, that this month is a time for healing and having that love and forgiveness and compassion for yourself, in order to let go of something which is harmful for you, whether it is an addiction, whether it's fears and anxieties, but it's really talking about clearing yourself of that, moving on from it. So forgiveness is the biggest message that I'm getting here from the Jesus card here. And then finally, which ties in very nicely with all of this. From the Earth Magic deck, we have tree, and the key word is grounding. It's talking about the importance of keeping grounded throughout this process. It feels like you may have some heavy stuff to work through in the month of October, and keeping grounded, not getting overwhelmed by all of this. Take your time with it. Don't beat yourself up about things. Remain calm and grounded and centered. And this is a very, very good piece of advice for you for this month. Remain calm, grounded and centered, because you're going to be dealing with facing fears and going to other people for support and healing from this. So it's very important to keep grounded there. So that's your message, that's your tarot forecast for the month of October 2017. Libra, I hope that you have found this helpful and useful, and please feel free to like, comment, share this video, subscribe to my channel if you want to. You can find information for following me on Instagram and Twitter and my blog all below this video. And if you are interested in booking a private personal reading with me, which would be a lot more specific than this reading, feel free to check out the information below, because all the details are on there. So I hope that this helps, and until next month, Libra, take care.